I was recently asked by somebody who had been invited to a disciplinary hearing for an allegation of theft whether they should resign before the disciplinary hearing. They denied the allegation and they had a plausible explanation for what had happened, but they felt that their employer was going to dismiss them anyway, and they asked if it would be better to resign than have a dismissal for gross misconduct on their record. Now, in this situation, I advise that actually it's better to go through with a disciplinary process and defend yourself and then appeal if necessary than resign. Because if you resign whilst there's an ongoing disciplinary process, your employer could continue with that and make the decision of gross misconduct anyway, so they would do that in your absence. Or if asked by a future employer, they could say that you resigned whilst there was an ongoing disciplinary process. And in my view, it's much better to be able to say to a future employer, look, I was unfairly dismissed and I went through the process, I defended myself, I appealed, and I even made a claim if necessary, and I was still unsuccessful, or they still maintain the decision that I had done what they said. But this is my explanation for it. I think that's much better for a future employer if you need to explain it than saying you resigned before you had the opportunity and you didn't even defend yourself. Now, what you can do, however, is if you don't want to go through the disciplinary process but you are prepared to leave, you could try to negotiate with your employer to say, look, if I resign, will you agree to drop the disciplinary process? I'll resign and I won't pursue anything further. I just want to walk away and know that you're just going to tell employers that I left, or that you just give them my dates of employment rather than having a disciplinary process. So if you agree with the employer beforehand that that's how they're going to handle it, then you can, of course, resign, safe in the knowledge that it's not going to impact you. But if you resign without that agreement from your employer, you should know that they can continue with the disciplinary process and they could refer to it in a future reference, because they would be saying something that's true. They need only say that you resigned during the disciplinary process. They need not go into any more information, and that could be enough to negatively impact you when looking for a new job. If you find yourself in this situation and you want some advice or assistance, then please don't hesitate to get in touch. It's really important, I know, for your future career and your future reputation to get it right. So please get some advice, either from myself, my colleagues, or from somebody else.